our top 5 things to do at GenCon, clickbait edition. I'm just kidding. But we're going to talk about 5 things that we think you should do at GenCon. Not just this GenCon, but any GenCon. And really, some of this can apply to any conventions, possibly.
Sure.
On top of that, I don't know about you guys. I did stuff where, like, some of it is like a one and done.
Right.
Not necessarily like you need to do this every time. Mm-hmm. So, Eric, we're going to start with you, and we're going to end with Matt.
All right. So, number 5 for me is try the local restaurants, food trucks. That's kind of, when I go to a new city, I like to try something I can't have at home. So, there's a lot of food trucks over there that have great stuff. I've actually tried their I think it's called their pretzel wagon. That was pretty good. But there's also the Ram, Scott's Brew House, Bakersfield, and Brewburger has good reviews. So, yeah, try these places out.
I avoid food trucks like the plague. What about you, Matt?
I like them.
You like them?
Yeah, they got a nice pierogi one there. I like to go to.
Not all of them are good.
But it's true, but they got like 40 something of them there.
Right.
So
some
they got
of them
variety.
are really good.
That's fair. My number 5 is play in an RPGA event.
RPGA?
Yeah, Role Playing Gamers Association. So I think mostly, I think they have Pathfinder stuff. I can't remember if this is official D&D stuff or not, but they play D&D. There's an equivalent, if not the same, for Pathfinder. But what was really cool is I've done this a couple of times, and one of the ones I played was, it's an experience, let's put it that way. You don't need to know how to play. I mean, though it does help. You get a character assigned to you, you just start playing. The one I played that was very memorable is that there was like 7 tables of players. Each one had like 6 players at it and a DM. But there was a dragon that was actually flying around to the different tables.
Tell me about this.
Yeah. Flying around to the different tables at random times. And the game is supposed to be where all players are playing at the same time, protecting this castle, but each table's at a different part of the castle.
Mm-hmm.
So we were on top of one of the turrets, and like there was like some orcs or something that were spawning up there. I can't remember now. But we were fighting that, and then a dragon comes flying over there, and he actually picked up one of the guys and took him to another table and stuff. It's just it's a cool experience, and I'm not necessarily saying that you should like play in the RPGA, but it was fun to play it once or twice.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, maybe we'll try it this year.
All right.
My number 5 is I put down True Dungeon. Whether it sounds like it would really interest you or not. It is same as Tim just said. It is an experience. When you sign up to do it, I think you get a couple generic weapons and stuff like that. But I think even the time we played, there's people there that will just start giving you crap
so
to help.
So you're not worthless.
Yeah, that will help you flesh out your character a little bit. Or you can go to like one of them bins. They have like the complete chest full of crap, and you can pay like $1 a token.
It's like $20, get 50 tokens.
Yeah, it's just to put something in every slot for your character. It's fairly inexpensive, but it is an experience. It's lots of puzzles, and you can even choose if you want to do more combat heavy or puzzle heavy and this and that. So my number 5 is True Dungeon.
Awesome. For me, as number 4 is to demo the games. Whether that be games that you know about, but also try some new games that maybe from smaller publishers that you don't know about, because there's a lot of gems out there to experience and to see.
Cool. My number 4 is math trading.
Yeah, totally forgot about that.
This.
Maybe in the future it might become more of a top 5 things to do at Origins. But still, math trading is definitely, I mean, like I said in previous episodes, you turn your trash into treasure.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
We'll figure out how well we did later tonight, actually.
I just checked. It's not up yet.
Oh, is it?
It just came up.
It just came up?
After you shut your laptop, I just hit refresh, and now it's done.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Nice.
I don't know. Maybe we can bonus episode, or who knows? We'll look at it afterwards, I guess. But so math trading is it's phenomenal. It's a way to get rid of stuff you don't like. Not necessarily saying it's garbage, but even if it is garbage, somebody else might want it.
Exactly.
So fantastic. Even if it seems like intimidating thing. There is so much information online, and people are willing to walk through you with it, or walk through it with you. So
Right.
Community is very receptive.
oh yeah.
My number 4 is like True Dungeon. That's a little bit more niche or whatever, but if you're going to GenCon, you probably like board games, and so I recommend the board game library. It's fairly inexpensive. You get a fairly good sized block. And I mean, the game selection isn't like the most awesome thing in the world, but there is tons and tons and tons of games. You're probably going to be fighting with people over certain games, not really fighting, but just because there's so many people, all the games are getting checked out left and right. We the times we've done it though, we always, you know, we are satisfied when we leave. We found enough good games to sit around and play. And so yeah, my number 4 is game library.
All right. Number 3 for me is go visit some of your favorite designers. A lot of times they are working a booth. A lot of times you can even be taught the game directly from the designer. If you like them a lot, bring something or buy a game there, and you can have them sign it. So
sometimes the designers will help you beat your friends while playing a game too.
That's right. That's happened before.
Yeah. My number 3 is attend a live show. So there are plenty of podcasts and videocasts and things like that is going on there. And they all, like for instance, the Dice Tower, the Secret Cabal, there's a couple of more, but they have live shows. And even if it's not just that, they also have like the burlesque show. I know that for some people may not be in their realm of entertainment, but they have a lot of cool live shows there.
They have a burlesque show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, sorry.
They have a burlesque show. They have other shows too. Some other things that are. They have like the cosplay deviants thing, which is a little bit more risque, but they have a lot of cool shows, and it is kind of neat to see this stuff happen and at least be in the audience. I mean, obviously, it's usually in a part of the convention center that has like alcohol if you are into that. Otherwise, I mean, some of these things you can actually participate in, get prizes. All kinds of cool stuff. I think it's a neat experience.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of it happens, some of it happens during it, but a lot of it happens after the vendor hall closes.
Right.
So it's definitely worth it to go there. You don't feel like you're missing out because you're spending time there instead of in the main part of the convention center. So.
Right. My number 3, speaking of convention center closing, or the dealer hall closing, which is 6, I believe. You need something to do. Most people, they'll go out to eat after that. And then I would say my actual number 3 is just enjoy the nightlife. You can, out there by the food trucks, there's people just hanging out, just in droves. You can go to any of these, like the connected hotel lobbies. People will just be sitting around playing games, or they'll be sitting around kind of drinking and stuff, just chatting it up. You'll run into a lot of designers and people who work the booth, so you're already familiar with them. There's a dance that's always fun to go to. Just some of the nightlife stuff is fun. It's a nice little compact end of the city, so you can everything's walking distance. So yeah, nightlife.
And as you go into those places, you're gonna find like everyone from GenCon there too, so it's gonna feel like an extension of the convention.
No, totally.
Everybody has their badges on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's it just moves. The convention just kind of picks up and moves the different spots from then on.
Cool. Number 2 for me, it might be higher up on someone else's list here, is the cosplay contest and the cosplay parade.
It might be up on somebody else's.
But the cosplay at GenCon is top notch. There is so much to see. They do a fantastic job. If you haven't went to the contest, definitely say go there. You'll see the most there, but I think everybody also does the parade as well.
And for GenCon, obviously, is on Saturday.
Yes.
It's always on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
My number 2 is play a large version of a game.
I was actually going to write this.
Yeah?
Yeah, this crossed my mind.
All right, cool. So, even if it's a game you have or have played a lot, playing it in a massive form is an experience on its own.
Mm-hmm.
We played a couple of games. We played like Pompeii.
Downfall
Pompeii.
Unfortunately, I think the people who had all the big games are not going to be there anymore.
Oh yeah, Mayfair. They're gone.
Because they had all kinds of big games.
They do have a lot of their big games. Yeah, there's other ones, but yeah, the list might slowly shrink.
Yeah.
So in that hallway, do they play the robot game?
Oh,
the
big
Robo
robot-
Rally.
Robo
Robo Rally.
That's on the corner, like right when you walk in.
I see it all the time, but
Yeah,
That'd
that
be
one's not official. It's not officially Robo Rally, but it basically is Robo Rally.
all right, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, but that one's using actually like remote control
Right.
robots and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, there is.
I wonder if you program them in, they do their thing.
I don't know. I think you say something and somebody else moves it. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't played it, but one year we played Magic the Gathering large form.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Hmm.
I know they played Munchkin there and stuff before. Or they played King of Tokyo.
King of Tokyo, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of games there that they're playing.
They had a large version of the Catan Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. They actually did they even have that in the actual vendor hall? I think
Right.
it was like a
Yeah, it was in the vendor hall. It was
Yeah.
at their setup.
So a lot of them you have to actually schedule, hit up the events section and find them. Some of them, like Matt's saying, is there. Those are more for demo to like draw a crowd, I guess.
Mhm.
So you're probably not going to play a full game of it sitting there, but anyway, play a large version of a game. I'm telling you, it's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, made my short list. My number 2 is while you're at GenCon on a Saturday, you'll start noticing everybody crowding around because there's a big parade coming. It is the cosplay parade. It's fun to stand there. Not everybody that's in the contest will do the parade because sometimes their costumes are just too big and bulky.
Right,
And they'll
too.
just go ahead and go to the contest area and hang out there.
Now, is it before? Do you know if it's before or after?
It's before.
Okay.
I think the parade is usually around 12, and I think the contest will start at like 4, something like
okay.
that. Or maybe the parade's at 2. It's a few hours beforehand
Gotcha.
because it gives them time. I think they have to do prejudging and everything after that point to be able to do the contest.
Cool.
So, my number 2, watch the parade.
Nice.
Cool.
We're doing
Honorable mention for
mentions?
Eric. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you got one?
Oh yeah. So mine is just do some of the events. There are 10,000 or more than 10,000 events at Gen Con.
He speaks this as we've signed up for none.
Yes, we used to, but we try to keep our our options open.
It's hard.
We still
It is.
do some events, but instead of doing pre-scheduling something at 6 o'clock and then something else comes up at 6 o'clock and we're like, oh man, I really want to do that, but we already have something scheduled. We went to more of a we're keeping it open and trying to get into events as we see fit or we see something open. But there's, like you said, True Dungeon. We went to a comedy show that was hilarious, game related. We've also seen like a animated dance competition that was really weird. That I wanted to go
forgot
in.
about that. That was actually that was neat.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of events.
Did I do this?
We walked
No,
by
it-
going to you were with us.
We was going to the stadium.
Yes.
And it was in one of those.
It's one of the offshoot
oh,
rooms. They were up
yeah.
on stage doing the dance thing.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
looked awesome. So there's all kinds of events. They're not all gaming related, I guess, but there's something for everybody.
Fair enough. My honorable mention is eat food. as I stare off to Eric.
You don't need food.
No, I mean, it does make a difference
It
having
does.
a meal a day, at least.
Yeah.
Bring snacks. Another honorable mention, top things, bring extra pairs of socks. I know, like, this is more of a tip thing, and I don't really follow this so much, but I've done it a couple of times in the past. Halfway through the day, if you just swap your socks out, you feel like a new person. I think I'm going to do more. I keep thinking of this last couple of years, and I keep forgetting them at the hotel.
I don't know. Bring a plastic bag for your old socks.
I do that every time, yeah.
Okay.
But my other honorable mention that's more of a legit thing is, which I can't remember if they did it last year, but visit Castle Games so you can hear the dude yelling. $5 bills.
Oh.
Give me $5 bills.
No, they were getting on him for even being too loud.
Oh, at
At GenCon, yeah.
Well, in the past, he used to yell and stuff like that.
And first they told him he couldn't stand up on top of his stuff, and then they told him to even quit yelling. So,
well,
yeah.
all right, maybe that's out in the past. So just eat food.
My honorable mention is if you get a chance, go to Lucas Oil Stadium. It's now connected to the convention and everything. It's, kind of, you walk in there and it's like, wow, I'm on the same field that all these $1 million players are just trotting around on.
But I'm playing a board game.
A board game. It's kind of neat to just go into the stadium and take it in.
Jump on that AstroTurf.
Yeah, get on that AstroTurf.
That feels different. It feels a lot different than I would
you think
imagine.
it would,
yeah.
Right.
It's like spongy. It feels nice on my feet.
Yeah, it's like, what are these guys complaining about? They're falling on carpet.
Right.
And then the last thing I'll say is actually, it might sound weird, but maybe trying to enjoy a massage. They do have a little area there where they got people massaging you. I think it's essentially $1 a minute is what you're paying for. I've done it a time or two. It's pretty relaxing. So
Awesome. Going to number one.
Number one, Eric.
Number one is you gotta experience the dealer hall. So I think it's open 10 to 6 every day except Sundays 10 to 4.
I feel like this is pointing out the obvious.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is
Go to
obvious,
GenCon
but-
for the main reason you're probably going.
Exactly. Well, make sure you spend. A lot of people spend a lot of times doing events.
That's fair.
So don't book up your whole time because you need a lot of time to just experience the main part. The dealer hall is kind of like the main part of GenCon for us.
And this is kind of like Matt, and I, at one point we only did tournaments when we're there, and you kind of miss out on a lot of the experience.
Right.
Experience.
So don't miss out on. For us, it's the bulk of it, I guess. But for other people, I'm sure it's not number one for them, but it's number one for me and maybe these guys. But we spend like the whole time that the dealer hall or the vendor hall is open, just doing the vendor hall, going through demoing games, seeing all the publishers. They do a rocking job with decorating and making the place, very nice. So check it out.
Fair enough. My number one is already been mentioned by Matt, and it's True Dungeon. For all the same reasons Matt said, basically, if you like escape room style experiences, it's not that this is an escape room.
Just puzzly.
But it does have some puzzles. It has ridiculously hard puzzles, I think. They're almost too hard.
Be ready to remember stuff.
Yeah. Remember everything you see, everything you touch, do, whatever. It's just cool because you actually have a narrator. So unlike an escape room, when you go into these rooms, you have a guy that's actually announcing things, and you can ask him questions, and it's like a DM. And so you run around and try to collect things. You're like, oh, I'm going to touch this. I'm going to cast this spell on this thing and see what happens. And sometimes that actually works. Sometimes you can actually cast like a, read language spell on some script that's on the wall, and he's going to read it out to you because you happen to prepare that spell and bring it with you. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of cool things. They've got it. The coin collection thing is kind of ridiculous because some of those things are thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Right.
It is like playing a collectible card game where you found the Black Lotus. I mean, some of that stuff is expensive, but you don't need that to enjoy it. People are getting that stuff because they're playing through nightmare mode. You actually get to level your character, which we never remember to do.
Nope.
Because you sign up on True Dungeon's website, and as you do these, you gain experience and you get a player level and stuff like that. So I'm kind of sad we didn't do it any of the times we've played it, but
right.
try it out. I'm telling you, Eric, we should have probably did it this year.
I think it's my 5th or 6th GenCon. We haven't been yet.
Well, I'd say I'm surprised y'all didn't do it at Origins. If we go to, was it at Origins again?
Oh, yeah, it was
Yes.
at Origins. I forgot, actually.
Because if you remember, we went, they had open slots. So maybe next year when we go to Origins, if we jump on it right when we get there, we might be able to get an open slot or something.
Yeah, we might be able to go there this time, and because it is 10 players.
That's true.
There could be a group of 6 or 7 and then have a 3 or 4 slot open.
Mm-hmm. We'll take our stuff just in case.
Are we? I mean, I will.
No, yeah, it's. I mean, it's.
It's not.
It's
a lot.
not like
That's
it's
true.
a lot. So.
Or we don't have a lot.
Right, we don't have tons of it. So.
That's fair.
My number one is surprise, surprise cosplay contest.
Yeah.
As I've said many times, I'm enthralled with cosplay, all the work and everything that goes into it. if you guys did not know, Louisville's own Jedi Amanda is the cosplay guest of honor this year.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She won last year's contest with her Queen Amidala costume.
She lives in Louisville?
Yeah, she's from Louisville.
We should totally get her on the podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And she actually plays games and everything too. She was showing her. I think she bought like the Bob Ross game last year.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. So the cosplay contest, get there early, get a good seat because they pack that room.
They do.
It is every seat is taken.
I think you have to be sitting in that.
Yeah, it's a rule. You have to be sitting.
So if you don't get a seat, then they gotta kick you out.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's probably like fire marshal thing. If you're standing in the back, they're assuming there's no seats left, and that means they're over capacity. So
Right.
Yeah.
they make you leave. But it's a lot of fun to watch. They come out, they show off their costumes. They have a guy that sits there and reads the bio for them. They do a little performance when they're coming out. It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, and it takes about 2 hours to sit through the whole thing, but it's well worth the time to me to go sit and watch all this stuff happen. There's some really neat stuff that you see, and a lot of them don't go through the parade, so that's what I was saying. Some of them just skip the parade totally.
Especially a lot of the ones that have like a lot of money in their costume. Sometimes they'll just show up and only be in the contest.
And some of them, like I said, they're just too bulky. Like there was a girl walking around as a, what do they call, Big Daddies?
Oh yeah, from
BioShock.
BioShock.
Yeah, and I mean, she couldn't walk around in that thing. It was just massive and huge.
Yeah.
But it was really awesome. It looked just like it. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I like the cosplay contest. I don't attend it all the time, but I've been to it a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a bonus, real quick before we end the show, the math trade completed. I have 7 trades, and I got rid of Pick a Dog.
Did you really?
All right, Pick a Pig. Yeah, I got rid of that.
Pick a dog.
I got rid of Age of Mythology, Eric.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm surprised, actually.
Yeah.
I just threw it up on there to see what happens. Was it complete?
Hopefully.
uh-oh.
No,
I gave you that game.
Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome.
I got some cool stuff for it. But yeah, I got seven trades, so cool stuff. Anyway, I think it's time we wrap up the episode. Anything else?
No.
All right. We want to thank you again for tuning in to episode 58 of the MeepleCore podcast. This episode was recorded on July 19th, 2018. Send us questions and comments at MeepleCore@gmail.com. Follow at MeepleCore on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Check out video versions of the show on YouTube at youtube.com/MeepleCore. Till next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple.
Matt RoBear.
And Eric Ledford.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.